And here's our rack. Just looking at one of my racks here, and just showing you some of the hardware that we've been using in the simulator software. This is a 2500 series switch from the front, and this is a 1900 catalyst switch from the back. There's the console port, you can see right there in the 1900 switch. Here's a 2900 series ISR router, integrated services router. And you see just some access points. So I'm going to go around to the front. And on the front here, this is just a local area network router, but you can see here are different slots that you can configure with different ports. And try to focus. My camera doesn't focus that great. Okay, and this is an aux port, if you can see it. I'm pointing at it. This is a console port. This is gigabit Ethernet 01. So slot 0 port 1, gigabit Ethernet slot 0 port 0 right there. This is a USB login, which is available on the 2900 series. But I don't have a driver for that because they never sent it to me. So I just used the old DB-9 and console port login. That's the back there. And then here's the front of our Catalyst 900 switch. Old, but it still does the job. Okay. And then going over here, here's the front of our 2500 series. We have two of them. And here we have a serial connection for like a T1, and I'll point to it. Serial 0, so 0001, 0001. Here's the console and the auxiliary port, and the same thing here. Alright, here's the serial 0 and 1, console, auxiliary. Okay, so you're just able to see the equipment there. And this is just a typical rack mount. Just showing you the real deal. We've been using the simulator software, but this is a Cisco Integrated Services Router ISR 2900 series, and it's in the rack. And over here, these are a couple of 2500 series and a 1900 catalyst switch there. Try to get. Alright, so just a couple of models, and just showing you on the simulator. If you look, here are the serial interfaces where you could connect T1s or routers with connections, and then here's the console and the auxiliary port in the back of the router. You'll need, if you have a fairly modern laptop, a USB to RS-232 9-pin serial adapter. Got this one on Amazon.com for about $9. You'll also need a Cisco DB-9 9-pin RS-232 serial 9600 baud connector to a rollover cable end. Now to connect, you'll need a rollover cable, and you can make one. It's just a standard category 5. Again, I'll try to focus on this, but you can see on this side it's completely reverse. I'll hold up both sides of the cable. So if you see the rollover cable, one side is normal, like a normal category 5E. or category 6, RJ45 connection. And then the other side, everything's completely inverted. So not just 3 and 6, like if you were doing a crossover cable, but all of them. And that's just a crossover cable that came with one of the routers. You can make your own. If you have a fairly modern laptop, you probably don't have a 9-pin serial port. So this is a nice adapter, got it on Amazon.com. It's USB on one side, and it's a 9-pin RS-232 serial port on the other. And a driver disc came with it. You install it, and you can plug it into any laptop and use it to connect to the console port on your router. Now you're not done. You need a serial connection, but you also need a DB-9 connection. And so I got this, both of these on Amazon.com. That one was $9. This one was about $8-9. 9-pin serial port on one side and a rollover cable on the other side. And the older ones used to be a box, and you'd take the rollover cable like right there and plug it into the box. But the new ones, they're just one piece or one unit. And so I just want to take this one and connect it to the RS-232 serial USB adapter. Put them together. So we're going to plug the rollover side into the console port. And take the USB side. This time, instead of using the some software, we're going to do the real thing. We're going to connect to a 2900 series router through the console port. And I'm going to use TerraTerm, which is a free terminal emulator software that you can use with Windows 7. And I want to select serial. And in this case, it's my USB to RS-232 9-pin serial adapter that I want to select there. I'm going to click on OK. And I'll just leave this up here. And I'm going to go ahead and power up the router now and let you see the boot process. Okay, starting to boot up. Here's the boot process for our 2900 series router. Decompressing the image now, going through the power on self-test. Looking at our version of the IS software. And still completing the boot process. Oh, sorry for the loud hum there, but that's all the switches and routers in the rack. I'm right beside the rack here. Okay, and by default, let me see, I got my caps on. Alright, and then out of the box, the default user and password is just Cisco and Cisco. But we can change that. So I'm in privilege mode. I'm going to go to global configuration mode. I'm going to do host name. Alright, notice our router has changed. The host name is now the Galactica. And let me do my password here, and my password will be banana. We'll just do banana. Okay.
You're here.
Yeah.
And you're sitting at my desk.
I am, because my cable doesn't reach.
Hello. Hey, once again, I have to leave and return shortly because I need to use the ladies' room.
Oh. Godspeed.
Just in case you're curious, yes, that information was crucial to the continuation of your day.
Wow. Thank you. I needed that information.
It's true, that's why I told you.
We're going to do a Class C subnet mask 192.168, and we'll just do a Class C number address 192.168.11, and a subnet mask of 255, 255, 255.0, and let's do connection to network 1, and we'll do a no shutdown. And let's see, let's also enable telnet while we're here. So we're going to do, let's just exit out. We're going to select the line here, line VTY, and let's see what options we have available. Alright, every router model is different, but in this case it's 1114. Select all those lines there, and password is going to be banana and login. Okay, and let's go ahead and exit here, exit, and we'll look at our running configuration. No.
Responded correctly.
Oh, I'm just recording the screen output for another YouTube. I'm just showing a real router configuration to.
Mm-hmm. Well, for the record, the appropriate response was, "Hey!"
Oh, hey.
when I announced my presence.
Oh, okay. Hey.
And now I'm going to lurk.
Okay.
But unlike most lurkers, I announce my lurking.
Is it really lurking if you announce you're lurking?
Kinda. I'm guessing it's probably
Yep. Take it over.
especially since I don't think I touched anything yesterday. And he's been stealing boxes.
Yes. There's nothing quite as satisfying as someone else's hardware. Yar, booty.
Ill-gotten booty.
While you guys were enjoying your pizza, I went pirating,
Look, there's it all nice and cable tied over here now.
I know.
cannibalizing the school for the IT lab.
Actually looking like a real rat. Instead of standing there naked.
I know. If we can't get them to buy equipment, by golly, we'll steal it. Yar.
That's the American way.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Good grief, they weren't using it. There's like in those rooms, there's like one computer. Like, why do they need a 24-port switch for?
They don't.
It's crazy.
We need it.
There's two patch panels.
Now we have 72 ports of switches in this room.
Yeah. Well, we don't need that many ports, but you